nothing.
They're all long.
They're all long.
I know, but the problem is getting models to cut their hair, professional models.
Well,
'cause
you say that, but an awful lot of them are.
yeah,
Yeah.
really short.
Yeah, the thing is, though, of course, it does tend to restrict their workload, so they're a little bit reluctant, but so many of them are. I mean, we're seeing so many of the big stars now, of course, Sharon Stone,
Yeah.
Anna Friel, of course, Liv Tyler's just had her very,
Right.
very long hair all cut off, and
Yeah.
she looks fantastic.
So
as
you've
well.
all volunteered.
We've all
Thank you very
volunteered.
much. Where are we going to start?
We've press ganged them all into it. Well, I think the thing to remember about short hair is that it doesn't necessarily have to be very, very short and cropped and very hard. And on certain faces, it's actually quite nice. I think here on Penny's hair, we're going to actually keep a little bit of this length and keep some of the layers long, but give it that kind of short feel. So
Yeah.
we'll see that a little bit later, where we just actually take a lot of the weight out.
So it's not going to be a sort of buzz cut?
No,
No.
no, no, no. I mean, I think you've really got to be kind of willowy thin and
Yeah.
kind of 20
Terribly
years
Will
old.
tall.
this be the Sharon Stone cut then?
Well, no, not as long, not as short as that. I think
No.
really we'll probably go for that on our young redhead over here because
Anna.
she's got
Emma.
a fantastic, face for that. So that will really work. We put in lots and lots of texture in, and somewhere sort of, I suppose kind of Liv Tyler-ish. I mean, we get this kind of slightly sort of in between thing. But the key is really all about the texture. Now I've just started here and taken some of this off, and although a lot of people may think that this is going to be quite extreme, what I'm doing is in fact keeping all of the edges very, very soft. So I've just put all of that kind of texture in there, and even actually cutting in at random all those little bits so that we just get a lot of that softness. You see just instantly there.
It's great, actually. You can see instantly it looks much more sophisticated.
Exactly.
Because you've got a really good bone structure, which does help.
Well, it does help, but you'd be surprised how you can just soften this. I mean, if somebody is slightly heavy around here, then you may find that you just leave a little bit more length here.
Yeah.
Again, if you're heavier down there as well, you may find you can just put a little bit more body into it without it looking too done. So
So if you've got a wide jaw, you need a bit more on
just
top.
a little bit more, and obviously as somebody matures slightly, I mean, a very, very,
Spectacularly looking at me. Thank you, Nikki.
a very, very flat look isn't necessarily always the thing. You see,
All right, Nikki.
see how carefully I got
Yes,
into
I
that
know.
one.
It's very understanding
Point
of you.
taken, all right.
Thank you.
We'll come back and see how it's going on at about 11 and then see it at the end of the show. Good luck all. Now, this is great. It's little babies learning to talk, the little cherubs. Just in hair fashion, the crop. These are the looks that inspired them.
Changes. Don't tell them to grow up out of it. Changes. And face the strain. Changes. Where's the shame you've left us up to her next to it? Changes. And face the strain. Changes. Oh, look out, you rock and rollers. Changes.
So that's what we were aiming at, or Nikki was aiming at. So should we see how Penny looked earlier on number one? Okay. Mm-hmm. And voila. Here she is now.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
nice.
It's short, but it's still got that kind of
Exactly.
generous.
Well, Penny was the one that we actually kept the longest because I really just wanted to show how it can look as if it's a short haircut, but it doesn't actually have to be a short haircut. In fact, we've deliberately sort of, put the wax on and tamed it down. But of course, you could in fact actually put lots more body in and make it look much longer than it is.
And it is.
You know the
Okay.
great thing about this one though is it looks blonder.
Yes, it does. Is
you
that the
got
wax?
that?
Is that the wax?
Well, it is the wax as well, but it's also getting some air into the way, that choppy sort of feel and the way the
Yeah.
cut is. But yes, I mean, the
Some
wax
light
tends
into
to make it,
Do you like that, Penny?
Yeah.
It's good,
That's
isn't
good,
it?
isn't it?
It's not too short.
Nope.
Okay. All right, now we've got Lana next. That's how she was? Wow. This is a change. This is one of those, I wouldn't recognise your haircuts.
I know.
Totally different.
Doesn't she look so much better though?
Yes,
yeah,
you do.
it's great. It's really,
I mean,
it really suits you.
You like it, yeah?
Yeah,
It's
fab.
really good on you.
This is another example, in fact, of, she had the very, very heavy fringe before.
That's right.
And we just, chopped right into it. And again, putting the products in, very important these days, to get that shine and texture. We've really put no body into that at all. Really just the shine.
Excellent. Well, finally, let's see how Anna looked earlier on. She was the redhead, wasn't she? Yeah,
Yes,
right, yeah.
indeed.
She's still a redhead.
She's still a redhead, but a shorter head.
Spiky.
Spiky hair. Well, kind of.
Yeah, this is the kind of, the sort of the younger, funkier version. I mean, this is kind of really emulating Liv Tyler's new look, which
Yeah.
is really keeping those edges really, really spiky. Again, putting a bit of, she's got very flat hair, so I put a lot of body into this in terms of getting, and then put the wax on the ends,
Yeah.
really just to make it look
Great.
kind of very, very modern, very edgy.
Very nice, thank you. Can
You've
just
done
ask
it
me
again,
one
Nikki.
question,
What?
since you look a bit like him. Do you think Robert Redford tints his hair? Since you've got
Do I
similar
look-
hair. No, well,
Am I going to look like that when I'm 60? Oh, that's quite good.
Yeah. No, but do you think
does
he
it
does?
tint
He's
his
a
hair?
strawberry blonde.
No, because I think it's just he's in the sun a lot, so it just
Yeah,
gets
the
sun.
stage
Mine goes right up as well. Although
Yeah.
I add a little bit to it.
He said, honestly. Just wondered. We're talking about
Just a
it the
tiny
other
bit.
day. Okay, that's almost it for today. Tomorrow we're looking at weddings from hell. We've got some great clips from Nut.
Make very clean, minimal looks, and I think that's the way life's becoming. It's becoming less cluttered. So I think the hair will become less cluttered in a way. My philosophy is hair should be a part of your life, not actually run everything around your life. It should be just there. It shouldn't be a big deal.
Oh, I do like that. Paul Edmonds is here to explain more. Paul, first of all, change of colour for you.
Yeah, just a little change. Got a bit